right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Micah Hardy. I'm a Demand Programs Manager at Quickbase, and I'll be moderating today's session. I'm joined by Advantage Integrated Solutions and their team who will be presenting today's webinar, but just want to open things up for the group. So thank you to everybody who's dialing in to join us, and let's get started. All right, so on this slide, what we're seeing are examples of disruption and unanticipated events that supply chain professionals have had to deal with in the past 12 to 14 months. How do I prepare my organization to better weather these types of events and reduce, the impact that these have on my operations and slowing things down? Survey data shows that only 1 in 3 leaders say that they are very prepared for future supply chain disruptions. In facing this challenge across industries, even outside of supply chain, the most common change has been structural, and that being investing in technology and tools that enable more digital collaboration. We're also seeing sourcing and procurement professionals specifically turn to technology, like that quote said. But for this group, technology that's going to help them streamline new sourcing models, quickly identify alternatives. At this point, I'm going to pass things over to the Advantage team, but thank you everybody for joining us today and hope you enjoy the webinar.
Thanks, Micah, and hi everyone. I'm Scott Wyatt, founder and CEO of Advantage, and I've been an expert dedicated to building Quickbase solutions for the past 19 years. Deb Thompson is our head of client services, who has over 12 years experience as a senior Quickbase consultant and architect. Thanks for joining us today. I'm normally in Denver, Colorado, but right now, thought you might like to see, I'm traveling the country on a national tour in our big Form Engine Airstream, seeing clients all over, and then bringing it to the next Empower in Salt Lake City. So it'd be great to see you in your city or at Empower at our Airstream in Salt Lake. Every business has its process to onboard new vendors. Each vendor must be vetted, provide a lot of information, and execute a variety of agreements with you, all before any business is done. It's a form, document, and data handling process to get your set of forms executed correctly with signatures with each vendor, then input all the data from those PDFs into your system, if you have a system, and send it around for approval. The problem is that this is a slow, manual, expensive process, transacting vendor agreements in PDFs, paper forms, or even DocuSign-like products. All that manual handling is why it takes days or weeks and a lot of effort just to get the vendor processed and set up in your system. And this is worse when you need more good suppliers than you have. We can automate and accelerate it all for you, eliminating manual forms and days of back and forth processing, slash labor costs as part of a truly digital supply chain and single source of truth between you and your vendors. The solution is our new Vendor Lightning application built on the no-code Quickbase platform. And for those who are new to Quickbase, Quickbase is a leading no-code platform where you can easily have great business apps of all kinds. If you don't already have a vendor management system, this can be a complete turnkey system for you, or the front end and feed your existing ERP, and it is extensible to do much more. Now let's go to demo. In the Vendor Lightning app here, it has a configurable dashboard for all the metrics and statuses you might want to track. It's very easy to use, with just a few tables here. One for your vendors, with all the data and documents you need to keep on them. And an optional purchase requisitions table, if you want to speed up and automate purchase requisitions with this app as well. It also has all the fields and attachments for the data and documents you need. So let's say I'm the sourcing manager and I need to start the process to approve a new vendor. I just go here and fill in as little as these 3 fields: the vendor name, key contact name, and email address, and save the record. The system sends an automated email to the vendor contact, like this one, with links to online versions of all the forms I need the vendor to complete and submit. Now as the vendor contact, I get this email and I just click on the links to fill out the online forms. The forms can be partially pre-filled, like this from the app. I just finish filling them out. With any attachments needed for licenses or certifications, I've got full data validation. I sign and date and submit. I get confirmation that I submitted it. I get the option of a PDF copy of all the forms I execute. I go through the links provided in the automated email and easily execute each one. Like the online NDA here, forms can have required fields, pre-populated data. Makes it easy on me to do it right and do it quickly. There's the NDA. I can get a copy. I've got the W-9. I've got the choice of filling out a new W-9, an online version of it that's official. Now, I may already have a completed W-9, so I could go through this process, or is the email offered. I can also just attach a W-9 that my company already has completed, which is what I'd probably do, and save myself some time there. So I just choose that. Now, if I'm the sourcing manager again, in the Vendor Lightning app here, the vendor's completed, signed forms and all their data just comes streaming into the vendor record in real time. I can see the data and documents coming in. This is where the process is radically different. I have vendors submitting directly, correctly into my system without any training or them even knowing I have a system behind the forms they're completing. Their data and documents just flow directly into the system 24/7 with no back and forth emails, no keying in data, or missing data, or losing documents. It's all automated for me. And if they attach a pre-filled PDF, like their W-9, the system parses the data out of it into the vendor record here instantly and attaches the W-9. So we don't have to key in anything. I can get notifications of complete vendor applications for my approval in the system, or they can automatically route for other internal approvals. I don't have to do anything. Most all the manual work is gone. I can onboard new vendors in hours instead of days or weeks. It's remarkable. And any internal users I authorize can look in the system or get auto notification of the status or approvals in the app anytime. And I have a master database here of approved vendors that can practically maintain itself. If I have an existing ERP or other system that also needs the vendor data we're creating here, the app can connect and sync the data with them too. And a quick word on the Quickbase application here if you aren't yet using Quickbase. As the Quickbase users on the call already know, the Vendor Lightning or any Quickbase app is an excellent, easy-to-use information and collaboration system. With roles-based access for any of your employees, great reporting and workflow automations. Once you're using Quickbase with an app like Vendor Lightning, you have a world of other business apps at short reach. Next, your purchase request could be another email and PDF process to modernize. Most employees fill out your purchase request requisition form, something like this one in Word or PDF, and send it around for approval to buy what they need to get the business done. If I'm in procurement, the continuous flow of purchase requisitions to process is another big source of slow manual work. In the Vendor Lightning app, we digitize your purchase request form or forms, making them online versions like this one. You put the link to the form anywhere your employees need it, so they just start filling out the online version of your form with these signatures, and the requests go instantly into your app here, and get automatically routed for approvals, which also go automatically into the app. Your procurement group can see everything, and processing can go from days down to minutes. And you can put this in place company-wide in a day without any employee training, because like your vendors, employees are just completing online versions of the forms you already have them completing. They don't even need to know there's a system behind it, because the best system is an invisible system. Everything is just automated and faster. And any users you authorize can see these in the app. Leadership, requesters to see the status of their requests. It's a highly visible single source of truth. Approved purchase recs can automatically create POs in the app as well. You can save your organization tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, speed up your business, deliver better service, and avoid costly errors all at once with this solution. With this level of automation and speed in mind, imagine the same level with your employee or customer onboarding and other form-intensive processes. When you speed up transactions with your vendors, employees, and customers, you speed up the business in remarkable ways. Service also improves because they get whatever they need from you more quickly. The form engine can automate and speed up your business anywhere it is used. So Deb will show you how easy it is to use the form engine to digitize your forms and agreements into the Vendor Lightning or any Quickbase apps you have. The form engine is built to be a do-it-yourself tool, but we at Advantage can also digitize your forms along with any Quickbase development as a service.
I'm going to demonstrate how quick it is to digitize a form with the form engine. This is the template library with all the documents that have been digitized. To get started, click New Template and choose the target Quickbase application that the data and completed documents will save to. Then choose a file that will serve as the background of the digitized form. The form engine can digitize multiple file types. Here we'll do a standard W9 PDF as Scott showed earlier. The local file is uploaded to the form engine and the template background is built. Now we'll configure the form elements. We drag and drop the fields that we need from the list of existing fields from the Quickbase target table. Our fields are numbered here to help us know where to put them on the form, but this is not required. You can easily resize the fields to fit the form background. The form engine works with multiple field types, including dates, multiple choice, and radio buttons. The field types, choices, and field settings are pulled directly from Quickbase. We can place the fields anywhere on the form, either freeform or using Snap to Grid. You'll see that we can even separate the radio button values to put them right where we need them on the form. We've built the form engine to give you ultimate flexibility and control over the look of your form. We won't place all the fields here, but I do want to show you that it is easy to set up an e-signature field. All you do is place a file attachment type field on the form and then specify it as a signature field with one click. Once your form is finished and you're ready to publish, you can easily try the form yourself by copying a link to your browser. Once the form loads, you'll see the digitized version that is ready for use to input data directly in Quickbase. And back in Quickbase, you can see that the form engine can easily save digitized forms as buttons so that the forms are directly accessible by users in your app workflows. Finally, the form engine can generate a QR code for this digitized form, which gives powerful mobile capabilities to your forms. If you use your smartphone camera on this QR code, you can render, complete, sign, and submit this form right now, and it will work. Feel free to try it. It is pretty remarkable.
Here are the kinds of significant business results you can expect immediately from using Vendor Lightning and also other Quickbase apps with the form engine inside. Saving days or weeks of processing time and lots of labor dollars, and improving service in your vendor processes, or also your employee, customer, or other business processes as well. This is going to help you take a very manual process and modernize and speed it and other processes up in no time. To contact us at Advantage, you have our email addresses on the opening screen, and I think now we'll open it up to Q&A.
Awesome, thank you. So I'll hop back on to just surface a couple of the questions that we had. And we had a question come in as well. How do we get this application from Quickbase? How do we access this Vendor Lightning app?
So we will put it in the App Exchange. If you're not a Quickbase user yet, then get in touch with Quickbase and get your free trial of Quickbase, and we'll put that the rep that you work with, we'll put that app in your free trial so that you can start, so you can try it.
Great. Scott or Deborah, are there any common questions that you get around Form Engine or the Vendor Lightning application application that could be helpful to share with today's group?
Absolutely. A lot more functionality in the form engine. And so, for instance, one thing that particularly the Quickbase users recognize, so it's a replacement for exact forms, which is getting a lot of people excited because it's got more functionality. It's a more modern product. People are migrating onto the form engine to improve their exact forms or their formatted output of Quickbase data. And there's a lot more functionality to come. So the form engine is free to try. So whether it's in the vendor Lightning app or another Quickbase app that you have in mind, and that could be managing employees, managing customers, CRM, any of those where you also have formatted forms and documents and agreements to execute, the form engine is just indispensable. We've got a few questions.
Yep, it looks like, yeah. So we'll start with the first one we got, and appreciate everybody submitting these as we go. So, can Quickbase be used to send out ITT to multiple vendors and receive a bid submission from multiple vendors? We'll start there.
And yes, we've actually done that before. I believe we did that for corporate Intuit a few years ago, and they were managing millions of dollars of procurement, multi-vendor procurement, and they were sending out the request for quote, for instance, in their format, and that's a key thing. So we can go to multiple vendors, and when they fill out a form, whether it's your business form that's digitized with a form engine or whether it's a Quickbase web form, those can all come back into Quickbase in real time. And what the workflow was that you would, you would send it out to a handful of authorized vendors in the system. They would get it through email notification and a form. They would fill out that form and submit as their response if they wanted to respond. And then you would have them there in front of you, 3, 4, 5 quotes or bids that you could choose one and make the award. And we would create the PO basically and give them the order all within the system.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. And we've gotten a couple of questions about availability of this application, the Vendor Lightning application. So for those of you who are current Quickbase customers, you can take two routes. You're welcome to reach out to Scott and his team about the Vendor Lightning application and implementing that in your Quickbase realm. You can also contact your account manager and have the conversation with them about how you could add this on to your Quickbase.
I would just add, the form engine that was actually featured in Empower. So we have our on-demand session about new form engine solutions in Empower. But you can go to our website, advantagequickbase.com, and you can actually get your free trial instantly, and you can be using it in minutes. And Quickbase customers all over the place are doing that. So you really should try it as one of the most exciting new add-ons and modules of functionality available to extend your Quickbase to do more.
Great. Thank you, Scott. It is very exciting, especially knowing that, paper and onboarding vendors can really impact efficiency of your supply chain. So at this point, we're going to close out the webinar. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and enjoy the rest of your day.